Welcome to episode number 26 of Off the Shelf.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Hi, my name is Rod Bergen, and this is another in our summer short series. Short podcasts of only 5 to 10 minutes in length, just enough to get you thinking about something that you might not have known. We want to welcome everyone who's listening to us. We now have listeners in over 100 countries, and we're really glad that you could join us today. This week, it's just me, as I'm going on vacation and want to get a few episodes in the can so I can go play on the beach with some of my grandkids. I should also add that we now have listeners in over 100 countries. William Branham talked a lot about going overseas, but most of the trips that you hear him talking about on tape were canceled. He stated that he had been around the world 7 times, but we have been unable to confirm this. The only time he actually could have gone around the world was when he visited India in 1954. However, he went to India via Europe and Egypt and stated that he returned home using the same route. So here's what I've been able to dig up on his major trips overseas. First, he appears to have gone overseas a total of 5 times. In 1950, he took a trip to Europe, England, and Finland. In 1951, he took a trip to South Africa. In 1954, he traveled to India via Lisbon, Rome, and Egypt, and returned the same way. In 1955, he traveled to Switzerland and Germany. And then 10 years later, in 1965, he took a trip to South Africa, but no meetings were held. We know he was never in Australia or New Zealand, and the trip to India was his only trip to Asia. He was in Africa twice, in 1951 and in 1965. He was in Europe 3 times, one of which was on the way to India. It appears that William Branham considered a trip across the Atlantic Ocean to be a trip around the world. So, did he travel around the world 7 times? No. We can't find any indication of that. Did he ever travel around the world even once? Again, no. Based on the research, we can conclude that William Branham was not being truthful when he stated that he had been around the world 7 times. The other question that has to be asked is, why would William Branham lie about this? Well, we do know that he put great emphasis on numbers. He said repeatedly that 7 was God's perfect number, his number of completion. And since William Branham believed that he was the prophet of God to the last age, his travels would have had to have some kind of spiritual significance. It only makes sense. So he stretched the truth, knowing that none of his followers would question him, and that remains until today. Followers of William Branham refuse to question what he said and compare it to the facts. Now, we are always prepared to be shown where we are wrong. We try to do our homework and make sure that our facts are accurate. But if you think we have any of our facts wrong, please let us know, and we'll update the article on our website immediately. A link to the detailed article on this subject can be found on our website at offthe-shelf.life. You can leave any comments or questions you might have on the site as well. And please, feel free to email me at rod@offthe-shelf.life, or you can email Brian at Brian, spelled with a Y, at offthe-shelf.life. Have a great week.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Pittsburgh, Parkersburg, Gravelburg, Colorado, Ellensburg, Rexburg, Vicksburg, El Dorado, Laramie, Atmore, Haverstraw, Chattanooga, Chaska, Nebraska, Alaska, Opel, like a Baraboo, Waterloo, Kalamazoo, Kansas City, Sioux City, Cedar City, Dodge City, what a pity. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. I travel, I've had my share, man.
I know some place you haven't been.
I've been everywhere.